Harp and channeled healing. Uh, it's a good thing you're here today because a lot's going on. We've got so many multiple energetic events happening all at once that surely you're feeling something on some level, some kind of pressure. Not only did we just come through a full moon in Mercury retrograde, which means that, all of our electronics and scheduling and all of those things kind of go out the window for a while. And by the way, this particular Mercury retrograde ends, the final day of it is on election day. Go figure. So it's just part of the course of all that's happening. We just came through Halloween. Now, you may think of that as a children's event that doesn't really affect us spiritually, but please think again. Halloween, Samhain, as it was originally known when it came to be in Celtic times, was it was basically New Year's Eve. It was their New Year's Eve, meaning that guess what today is? Today is Celtic New Year's Day. Isn't that awesome? Because on New Year's Day, we get to choose what we're going to let go of, what we want more of, make our resolutions, and so really push into that today. There's some days where we're just trying to kind of keep the finger in the dam and keep everything at bay. There's some days where we're trying to just heal enough to be okay to go forward. And there's days that we get to really drive a stake in the ground. Today's one of those days. The other thing that obviously is going on right now is, of course, we're just days away from the election. I say, take a deep breath, vote, of course, but don't expect an easy outcome on this. Don't think that that day is going to mark the beginning and end of the event. I don't see that happening whatsoever, nor do I foresee these events of this weird kind of sort of suppression, a global suppression of humanity that we have gone through the rigors of in 2020, both subjectively and also willingly, on so many levels. I really foresee this as the beginning of what's coming. It's almost softening us up so that we can more easily accept what's really about to happen. So, soften, I think, is the operative word there, being soft. Now, I've been checking in with my teachers and my, the archetypes, the living and dead that I listen to and pay attention to. And these run the gamut. They're not all spiritual. A lot of them are scientific. There's a lot of quantum physicists in there. There are the cosmic and the astrological. It doesn't mean astrology. It means when I look in, I'm really looking at what's happening in the universe as if I'm looking at what's happening on the planet, not as how it's going to affect me in terms of my astrological sign, but a little bit beyond that. And the reason that I do that is the ideal of hierarchy. It became very clear to me when I lived in New York City in 9/11, and I watched those events unfold, and then I watched needing to know what happened. What's really going on here? And I watched and I dug and dug, and I never got anywhere, and it became very clear to me that I and we and all of us on Earth will never know. Someday we will, but the likelihood of us knowing in our lifetime what's really going on in the hierarchy of things, who's really making the decisions that affect all of us, and what is contrived and what is of nature, that has to be, we have to let go of knowing and stand in, well, who am I and who do I want to be and what do I stand for in this world, rather than pushing back against that which is pushing you. The reason that I'm looking outwards, beyond Earth, is because when I go within my own heart, and I will say this under the context that for somewhere between 7 and 10 years, I stopped following all of my teachers. I stopped studying. I stopped reading the books and going to study. I did go to a Buddhist monastery for a short while during that time, but I started to teach, and I learned that being empathic, it's important for me not to be taking in everyone else's information. I do anyway. I take it all in. It's enough. Doesn't mean that I know exactly what everyone is doing, but energetically I feel the waves, the flows of this. And by reading other people's material, there was a chance that it was getting impressed on my subconscious and coming through in my own work. I wanted to know what I saw because I needed to trust. I needed to trust that what I was teaching wasn't coming from the psyche, the intellect, and most importantly, the deduction or the analytical thinking of another human being or group of human beings or organization. And so I stopped and I listened, and this is when I really began to fine-tune and listen. And what became very clear to me, and this ties right into that 9/11 concept and also what's going on now, is we look to our governments, we look to those who are above us to tell us what to do. But who are they looking to? And don't think that you know the answer to that question. Who are they looking to other than who they tell you they're looking to? And at that level, and that also under that category is, who are the banks looking to? The money systems on Earth. It's beyond politics and money, all of the systems. There's a hierarchy of systems. And we look, as spiritualists, we look to Source. Many look to God. Many look to angels. We're always looking for something that's greater than us, that's beyond us. Well, why would we think that the systems that control all of us and Earth are not being influenced by those? And knowing that there are good influences and bad influences, of course, coming in at all times. Now, that said, when I did check in this last week with my teachers of every genre, all of them, across the board, from the spiritual to the very scientific, were saying the same thing. The most important thing that we do right now is meditate. Is be present and be still within, to be peaceful, to conjure the vibrational frequency of peace. I know you've been hearing this from your teachers for ages. Well, there's a reason. When you keep peeling back the layers, it's very simple. At the very basis of all spirituality, everything is a vibration. There's light, there's dark, there's good and bad. But the most important thing, if you want to be happy, if you want to be whole and balanced and feel good in this life, is to, as much as you can, every moment of your life, every waking moment, and even requesting for this while you sleep, is to raise your vibrational frequency to that of joy, to love. And doing this through meditation is the best way. You can go on your computers and look up all the scientific studies that have been done of groups of people meditating and how the environment, the city around them, wherever they were meditating, how the crime rates, the suicide rates dropped dramatically. And you can really go deeply into the study of this. It's very scientific, it's very statistical, it's easy to see, there's nothing woo-woo about this. And so with that, join me for a meditation. And a meditation not into shadow, not into our deepest, darkest dwellings within. No. A journey, a meditation into the light. A meditation for everyone, everyone. To enhance, it would help if I wore my microphone. Here we go. See? That's Mercury retrograde. Better. So I recommend wearing headphones or earbuds to accentuate the sounds of the instruments. We move quickly through these meditations. And so prepare yourself to go in quickly and deeply. We're at a stage in our spiritual and energetic evolution where there's no point in playing around on the surface anymore. We have been ordained into a chapter of life that calls for us to step into presence, step into the dormant aspects of the mind, step into inner vision, inner knowing, connection with joy and light and love right now in a heartbeat. And so we begin. Breathing. The breath is always the doorway, always there for you. Every breath, imagine that you're surrendering attachment. Attachment to what has been. What if, with the breath, you could surrender attachment to all that holds you back? And surrender yearning for all that you spiritually wish you could attain. And as you breathe, you arrive right here, right now, into the doorway, the portal, the window. Answers, the truths, the knowing. It's a feeling. It's okay to not have an intellectual understanding. It begins with a feeling. And so just for this moment, allow yourself to feel whole, nourished and nurtured, clear, like the water of a clear running mountain spring. Vibrant, like the colors of an unfolding leaf and a blossoming flower. Bright, like the early setting sun. And in that brightness emerges a solitary light, a light that is essence, a light that is formless form. A light that is the universal intelligence of all things. A light that is the cohesive energy of all things in the universe. Love. Continue to allow this warm, flowing, crystal clear, vibrant, illuminating sensation, visualization, knowing awareness to unfold within you, to align with you. To become you. Just for this moment, the innocence of a child resonates within you. The simplicity that surrounds the complexity of all life reveals itself to you. It's so easy. You have only to be. And to be well, you have only to come to this place, this space, right here, right now, presence, whenever and wherever you are. You have only to enter the state of presence. And this clarity, vibrance, brightness, and illumination will be there to light your way. Wherever you are in your journey right now, just take a moment to capture within you any little glimpses, any knowing that may have revealed itself to you during our time together today. These little doorways, these portals, they are the beginning. And every time that they are revisited, they become more well known in you. So that over time, the pathway to this entry point into connectivity, bliss, joy, an outpouring of love from your heart, an authenticity from which you can speak, feel, and be, opens to you more easily, more quickly. Laying that pathway of light within right now. So that you may return to this state of perfect presence, anytime, anywhere. Taking now that breath, it begins to expand you back into this time and this place, exactly where you sit right now, the time on your clock. Begin to re-enter the realm of the physical, the realm of time, the realm of environment. And even as you open your eyes and rejoin me and us here, right now, I invite you to simultaneously, with eyes open if you can, travel back within to that space, that special sanctuary within that is the center of your center, that place where you connected with the clarity, the vibrancy, the brightness, and the illumination, that place where you became one with the light. And here we are all together now. And this is the work, is to be here among friends, to be in the world, in time, in space, in your body, and simultaneously be connected with universal intelligence, divine love, and the essence of light. And so it is. Thank you everyone for joining me here today. Much more of this coming. It is so important for us to enter that space of connectivity, of awareness. I'm working in many different realms now and with different people to bring through a lot of information. And so look for the many different channels and ways that we'll be bringing that out into the world. It's very exciting, even as the future remains a little daunting at this time. We match it. Remember that as darkness, as that which is heavy or levity, or that which is heavy and dense rises up and becomes stronger, so does the light. So does that which is levity and love. And love, in the end, always overcomes darkness. And if you don't believe that, if you have any doubt, look up those experiments on meditation and how people meditating always, 100% of the time, will bring peace to those who are not meditating and just in their periphery. Light overcomes dark. Be the light. So thank you so much. I'm here every Thursday and every Sunday at 4 p.m. Please, please, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. It helps me very much to have more and more subscribers. I'm always looking for more ways to continue to afford to be able to bring this work to you for free as much as I possibly can. If you're one of those magic people who knows the way into that world and would like to share some tools or tricks with me of the trade, I would be more than happy to receive those. Finally, please be on my mailing list. There's a lot of workshops and events coming up. The Awakened Mind workshop is getting back on the schedule again. That's telepathic training. It's my favorite thing to teach. And you can sign up for my mailing list at shellyreef.com. I promise you, you will not be buried in emails. So thank you so much. May the light of that within you, which is divine, which is intelligent, the intelligence of the universe, which is the light of love, that which flows through you as such, be the flow, be the light behind every breath, every word, every step, and every gesture in this life.
that your way forward is the way forward for all. May you be the light, and may that ripple out and touch the hearts and minds of everyone on earth. Blessings. Thank you. Have a beautiful day, everyone. And I look forward. Magic. I look forward to seeing you here